All right, I'm going to say something, and people can agree to disagree all they want. I really don't give a damn at this point. Now, with Shedeur Sanders and his brother, Shilo Sanders, they're still playing football, so that's good news. Now, the bad news is Shilo Sanders, he been released by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers due to a punch that he threw in a preseason finale game last weekend for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Buffalo Bills. Everyone saw that this tight end from Buffalo Bills started it all, despite the fact that the play was already over. The whistle was blown dead, and proceeded to block him and threw the first punch, only Shilo Sanders to turn around and to retaliate. And there are a lot of people felt that he was set up, this was a conspiracy, all this other stuff. Let me tell you something. Do I believe that tight end for the Buffalo Bills should have been kicked out if the referee saw that he threw the first punch? Yes, but they caught Shilo Sanders throw the punch. That's all they saw, and that's all it took for him to get up out of that game, and unfortunately he got cut. Now the good news is that he got picked up in a Canadian Football League team. I can't remember the name. I'll put the link in the description. So there are people out there saying Shilo Sanders shouldn't have done that. This is not a conspiracy. What are you talking about? So for me, it's like this. He knows better. He'll learn from this. This is not a conspiracy. People need to chill out. As far as Shedeur Sanders, I heard that he got a third string quarterback spot, but they signed a quarterback, which is the Cleveland Browns. And I'm like, last night, I could be wrong. I saw the video on YouTube saying that they signed him. I'm like, wait, really? So if they sign another quarterback, so is it going to be like a fourth string quarterback, or what's going on? And now there are a lot of people feel that Shedeur Sanders was done wrong. He's being disrespected. They're out to get him because of his father. I think that's what, to me, I believe that they want to stick it to Deion Sanders. They want to use their sons as an example because they couldn't get to him. They want to use their adult children to stick it to him. Now, this idea that Chris Mad Dog Russo, whatever his name is, decide to say Shedeur Sanders can't throw because he made that comment on ESPN's First Take last week or 2 weeks ago. Really? The dude can throw just as much. He could throw better than Tim Tebow. That's a fact. And here's another thing. I'm hearing somebody like Colin Cowherd, I think he said this weeks ago or a month ago, saying that Shedeur Sanders is a celebrity backup quarterback or nobody wants that. It's the same situation as the Tim Tebow. And there were people on YouTube went off on Colin Cowherd saying that how dare you compare Shedeur Sanders to Tim Tebow. I'll say this. Tim Tebow is a national champion. Okay, there's a difference. Shedeur Sanders, he has the highest completion percentage of that season, last season, and he helped Colorado Buffaloes win games. I don't know how in the world he's legendary. That word's starting to lose its meaning. Whatever. So I think the brothers, they'll bounce back some way, somehow. And Deion Sanders, he'll sit back and just waiting for the day happens and be like, see, I told y'all so. I told y'all so. So I feel the people in the black community need to cut the crap with the conspiracy nonsense and just go out and watch football. And there's no way in hell y'all gonna start your own version of the NFL. You ain't gonna do that. We're so far gone. We can't even unite over something good, and we want to do. Come on, stop it. Go sit down. You sound stupid. Now, as far as the whole Patrick Beverley opening his mouth and saying something to the effect of Kevin Durant is better than Larry Bird because of ABC reasons, and not to mention that he would have scored 50 points. He would average 50 a game in the 1980s. If it ain't, let me get this right. It's bad enough that the late great Kobe Bryant is still taking shots at, still getting beat up upside the head. The man had been deceased for 5.5 years, almost 6 years, going to next year. Then you got Michael Jordan, wonderful, and now it's Larry Bird, amazing. What's next? Irvin Magic Johnson, George Gervin, Wilt Chamberlain, my bad, Bill Russell. I mean, where does it stop? Anyway, Larry Bird wasn't the most athletic basketball player on earth. I get that. Kevin Durant wins that, no doubt. But to sit there and say that Kevin Durant is a better player overall than Larry Bird, he would have dominated the 1980s. Look, I get why Patrick Beverley is protecting this era of basketball because they feel that the yesteryear's players, the older players, are taking ill-advised, unnecessary shots at him and everybody else in this era of basketball. But let's be real, this era of basketball is the softest, it's the weakest, it's the zestiest I have ever seen in my life, and you cannot disagree with me on that. You got players want to play with one another. Friends. Look at LeBron James. He wants to be friends with everybody to the point where he don't want to have to work as hard. He wants to have, super teams. And for what I'm hearing, it's just a rumor, he wants to join with Stephen Curry within Golden State Warriors. I'm like, oh my God, here we go with that BS. So for me, Patrick Beverley needs to go sit down and worry about himself and worry about today's brand of basketball instead of trying to pump up and hype up Kevin Durant and meanwhile downgrading, disrespecting, trashing yesteryear's players to make a point. It's a really bad one if you ask me. Now, before I get on out of here, and I'll make some more videos later on because I'm going to try to get back into playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And yes, I will talk about Black Ops 6 and Battlefield 6 beta later on this week. Look, as far as the whole Raja Jackson and the Syko Stu situation, he's a bigger man in that situation. Not to mention he apologized to that man for busting the beer can upside the man's head. And he apologized to Raja Jackson, even shook hands with him. Shoot, he apologized to that young man twice. How you go from that incident to apologizing not once but twice to let it fester, let it simmer in your brain to the point where you say, I'm gonna hit him as hard as I can, I'm gonna knock him out, I'm gonna do all of that, to doing exactly what he did last Saturday night. And the refs and everybody else is standing around looking, what is going on? Oh my goodness, they're in slow motion. This dude's not in slow motion. He Alabama slammed Syko Stu, which that really knocked him out. And the most insult part of all is delivering 23 blows. I call it gap, ground and pound punches. The fact that he did that, and it was in the things he was talking to his chat and his father, it led up to that incident. If that doesn't scream premeditation, I don't know what it is. The man, Syko Stu, was flatlined for what I've heard. He wasn't breathing for 6 or 7 minutes. He's making a full recovery, not full recovery. He's making a recovery. Hopefully he makes full recovery, but he suffered facial injuries, like broken bones, lost a lot of teeth, lost a significant amount of blood. He was choking on his own blood, swallowing his own teeth. Dang. I mean, and he has memory issues, and he already has a PTSD. So with that combined with the Raja Jackson's unnecessary, uncalled for, cowardly attack on him, that only makes it worse. So everybody's coming for Rampage Jackson. He's a bad father. He's this, that, and the third. He emasculated him. He humiliated him, clowned him. He wasn't toughing him up. Toxic masculinity, all this other stuff, right? He has to hold some responsibility in that department, and that's the only thing I'm going to hold him on that one. That is it. That is not Quentin Rampage Jackson's fault that his goofy, ill-advised son decided to go out and did what he did. So, and then as far as Raja Jackson, he needs to go to jail. He needs some serious help. He can get that while he's in jail. He should serve prison time. Will it happen? No, because of who he is and who his father is. If he was a nobody, he would be in jail. He would be under the jail cell as of right now. So speedy recovery to Syko Stu. Raja Jackson, get some help. Major help. Quentin Rampage Jackson, get off the live stream. Go talk to your son. Have some real conversations with him and act like a damn parent for once instead of trying to be his best friend. Damn. And people are blaming the chat, gassing him up, putting a battery on him, but they're not the ones through the punch. It's Raja Jackson. I'm going to say that one more time, okay? And with that in mind, I'm throwing y'all a salute with your thoughts. I am out. Get ready for more videos later on this week.